Welcome back to Football in Time. Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 African players to play in the Premier League. You know, Africa is a beautiful continent. Some amazing footballers have come from Africa, the countries in Africa, the Ghana, Senegal, Mali, Nigeria. So many African countries have produced so many amazing players. And in recent times, there's so many more African players than there was before, especially world-class African players. So I've made this list. I've tried to do a mixture of the old school icons from back in the day and some of the new school guys. So let's get started. Number 10 is one of the new school guys. It's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Gabon. He made his name at Borussia Dortmund, where he scored an amazing 141 goals in 213 games under the guidance of Thomas Tuchel. Then he made that surprise move to Arsenal for £45 million in January of 2018. And he was an instant hit for the Gunners, winning the Golden Boot in his first full season with 22 goals. Aubameyang was then made captain of Arsenal and single-handedly led them to the FA Cup victory against Chelsea in 2020. Aubameyang lit the Premier League up with his pace, dazzling finishes and flashy celebrations that made him a fan favourite, until things turned sour and he was sold to Barcelona in 2022. Coming in at number 9, it is Kanu from Nigeria. He was one of the legends that put Africa on the map in Premier League early years. He signed for Arsenal in 1999, where he led them to success and many memorable moments. He was known for his tall, slender frame, but was quick and agile in possession of the ball. After Arsenal, for 5 years, he would go on to play 2 seasons at West Brom in the Premier League. Then he had another successful 5 years with Portsmouth in the Premier League, and when they won the FA Cup. So Kanu at number 9. At number 8, it is JJ Okocha, another old school African legend, just a pure icon, one of the early football stars that all the fans used to watch on YouTube for his skills and dribbling. He was a highlight reel playing. He spent 4 successful years at Bolton, where he showed his confidence and trickery with the ball and forever left his imprint in the league. At number 7, it is RYIADH MAHREZ of Algeria. He was bought by Leicester while they were in the Championship. He was bought for a mere £450,000. Once he was in the Premier League, he took over with style, and like many Northern African players, he played with flair, amazing skills, dribbling, scoring wonder goals, and his talent would lead Leicester to a famous Premier League victory, and he would win Premier League Player of the Year that year. After that, Mahrez earned a move to Man City for £60 million, where he's killing it right now. At number 6, it is Michael Essien of Ghana. He was part of the Chelsea revolution under Jose Mourinho, and Essien signed for them for £24 million, which at the time was the most expensive fee ever paid for an African player in the Premier League, or in the world maybe. He would spend 8 glorious years at the heart of Chelsea's midfield. Essien was a physical box-to-box midfielder. He was known for his technique, vision, tactical intelligence, and leadership qualities. Essien helped Chelsea win 2 Premier Leagues, 4 FA Cups and 1 Champions League. He would also chip in with some absolute wonder goals. For example, the one against Arsenal, last minute banger. At number 5, it is Kolo Toure from the Ivory Coast. An Arsenal legend and part of the 2004 Invincible team. In 7 years, Toure played 225 games and he was known for his consistency, leadership skills, tackles, reading of the game, and after a successful career at Arsenal, Man City signed him in 2009, where he would play there for 4 years, winning the Premier League again. Even as an aging Toure, after Man City, Liverpool snapped him up where he played for 3 years, which shows how good Toure was, the fact that only top teams will always go in for him because of that experience. At number 4 is a current player, Mr. Sadio Mane of the Senegals. After setting the Premier League alight with Southampton, Liverpool signed him in 2016 for £40 million. Many didn't expect how well and vital he would be part of this Liverpool team, helping them win the Champions League in 2019 and winning the Premier League in 2020. Mane is still writing his legacy with Liverpool, but what a career so far. He's still only 29. So far he's got 111 goals in 254 games. Mane comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, it is Kolo Toure's younger brother, Yaya Toure. Now at his peak, there was no one better in his position. He was just untouchable. After 3 years at Barcelona, where he was part of that team that won 6 trophies in one season, he fell out with Barca manager Pep Guardiola, and then Man City quickly snapped him up. At Man City, he was easily their best player in those early years of dominance. He would run at defence with power and pace and put fear in defenders. There really hasn't been any player like Yaya since. And in total, he played 316 games, scoring 79 goals for Man City, including a season where he scored 24 goals. And he's known as a box-to-box, defensive, sometimes attacking midfielder, so the goal return is amazing. At number 2, I have to put Mohamed Salah of Egypt. Now, the legend of Salah is still growing more and more, and teammate of fellow African MAHREZ, he's also 29 years old, but he's also playing at the highest peak of his career. Since signing for Liverpool in 2017, Salah was an instant success in the Premier League. He scored 44 goals in his first season, and he would get better and better each season, leading Liverpool to league and Champions League titles. Salah scores wonder goals in the biggest of the games and against the best of the teams. He's got so far 153 goals in 239 games. Now, eventually he might go down as the greatest African player because he's already one of the all-time greatest Premier League players. He may go down as the greatest African player once his career is done. But as he's still playing and still writing his legacy, I don't think he's taken over my number 1 as the greatest African player to play in the Premier League. And that man is Didier Mr. Drogba of the Ivory Coast. He has to be the greatest African player to ever play in the Premier League. He was the first African to score 100 goals in the Premier League. He spent 9 glorious years with Chelsea, making 351 appearances and scoring 157 goals, including so many cup final goals, Champions League final goals. Big game player he was. He would always show up against the best of the teams. Even though he was not a prolific scorer like Shearer or Henry, his impact was the same. Drogba was a menace to defend against because of his physical, powerful play, pace, trickery, heading ability, and linking up with players from the midfield. Drogba is a legend of the Premier League, and he has to be my number 1 African player of all time. Thank you for tuning into this list. Subscribe for more.